Hi guys, today is December 11th, 2021. It is just a little afternoon, quarter after 12 actually, and I decided to make a quick video to let you know why I believe I food hoard. I didn't even know that food hoarding was a real thing actually, and it wasn't until the pandemic that it was a trigger for me, and it triggered a lot of old feelings that I had, I suppose, and that's when I started to hoard food a little bit more. When I sold my condo in 2015, it was December 11th. They knew, it's funny, wow, it's 11th today, December 11th. So it was December 11th, 2015. Wow. So time flies. But anyways, it was at that point, and then I was going through my pantry and I was going through in my laundry room, and on the shelves in my laundry room and in the pantries and in my cupboards, I had so much food, so much. And all of it was, not all of it, but a good majority of it was expired. And even then, I didn't even, recognize that I was a food hoarder. Even though I threw out so much food, like it still didn't even dawn on me. Like I said, it wasn't until the pandemic and my trauma and being still and actually listening to my own thoughts, listening to myself, was I able to recognize that I am in fact a food hoarder, among other things. So this is why I am in the healing process. Because I grew up, and first of all, I would like to mention that I am no way, in no form, upset with my parents. I'm not mad at my mother. I'm not mad at my father. I'm actually very understanding of them. I imagine they were victims as well. And so I'm sure they did the best they could with what they knew how. So let's move forward. When my mother left my dad in 1977, I don't remember anything really. I don't have any memories of my childhood when I was living in Quebec. My mother moved from Quebec to Mississauga, Ontario in 1977, taking me and my younger sister and my oldest sister. She was 16, but she didn't stay with us anyways. So it was me and my baby sister living with my mother. And from that point on, like, this is when I remember like inadequate food and the feeling of hunger very present a lot of the times. And my mother made it clear that she raised kids for 18 years and she was tired of it. And I'm like, okay, Mom, but I'm 8. But nonetheless, I imagine like she did the best she could with what she knew how. My mother my mother was on assistance at the time, and she also had, gambling addictions. She loved her bingos and would go almost every night. And that would be around $20, $30 or more every night. And so she also liked playing her lottery tickets, buying scratch tickets. So a lot of her money went towards her gambling addictions, thinking, she's going to get, rich quick. And we all know that that never works. So with a lot of her money that was, limited, being on welfare, well, a lot of that money went to her gambling addictions, and so our food never stretched the whole month. And so around the mid-month point to the third week, there was hardly anything at all. I remember just eating like soft potatoes, like they weren't cooked. They were just, potatoes that were kind of going soft and old. I remember just cutting them up and putting a little bit of salt and vinegar and pepper on them and eating that. Or just spaghetti without any sauce, without just butter and salt and pepper. And that, even to have that was like, whew, thank God, because it curbed the hunger pain. But you kind of get the point. And being so young, you don't realize that this isn't normal. You fear starvation. One more thing I almost forgot to mention that my mother liked to do is to, she used to go to restaurants and have dinner with friends or sometimes just by herself. At Binger Hall, she would get herself some French fries and a hot dog or a hamburger or whatever. I remember one time she came home with a quarter of a Subway sub and said, here, this was for both me and my little sister, a quarter of a sub. And the quarter of the sub was like eaten to that point, you know. But anyways, bless her soul. Like I said, she could only do for her children what she knew how, sadly, and it wasn't much. But at this stage in my life, I'm very, very understanding as to why my mother did stuff like that. I have no more hatred, no more animosity. I have nothing but pure understanding for both of my parents, actually for a lot of my family. When there is always like a lack of food and the sensation of hunger present, our biological and psychological mechanism kick in and we automatically go into survival mode, and we carry this on into our adulthood subconsciously. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about it and what is the psychological or biological reasons for somebody to become a food hoarder as an adult. And there isn't very much on the internet besides hoarding in itself, not necessarily food, but hoarders. And I'm not a hoarder, but anyways, what I've seen on the internet about food hoarding, to sum it up, it says right here, food hoarding is about surviving and is often directly connected to childhood neglect, such as not having basic needs for food met or denied. This type of experience triggers survival mode mentality. Yeah. So now what I do, now that I've recognized and accepted that I am actually a food hoarder, I have to take measures to stop or help, you know, not hoard so much food, is I try not to go into places where there's food, like supermarkets, farmers market, grocery stores, you get it. So I try to, now I try to go like once a week or even less. And that way I'm not so tempted to hoard. When I see something on sale, you know, I can't even help but get a few of those items when, you know, I probably don't even eat it. So the second thing I do is when I see something on sale, I have to ask myself, do I really need this item? Will I eat this item? Is it just going to be hoarded away somewhere? And if the answer is, you know, no, I don't need this item, and no, and yes, I'll probably end up hoarding it somewhere, well, then I just leave it right there on the shelves, wherever I'm at, and I just, you know, walk away. I walk away as hard as it is. But this is where my healing begins when it comes to food hoarding. I have to remind myself that I've got plenty of food and I do not need any more. So I'm working on diminishing the food that I have. I've done really, really good. I'm not going to be using the fridge that's outside, the fridge that I've been using. I'm not going to be using that anymore. I'm going to act like it's not even there unless I need to freeze something. If I need something to stay frozen, then I'll put it out there, because so far this has been working really, really well. I can't even use it as a fridge anymore, let alone a freezer. So the fridge is up at my cooler, which acts as a fridge, like you've seen in the last video, is up at the front. It works great there. Things are so, so cold, like my mineral water or my, anyways, you get it. But back here, no, not good. So I've depleted a lot of stuff in the fridge, and I'm going to deplete a lot of the stuff back here, bring the 2 bins into 1, if that. I think with 3 bins of food is more than enough. And so this is what I'm going to be working on. Yeah, so what I mean by that with the bins and stuff like that, so no overflow. Absolutely no more overflows. When my bins are full and that 1 bin there is full, no more food. Either way, I'm just grateful that I'm able to recognize for it is what it is, and taking small baby steps to correct the measures and hopefully be a non-food hoarder one day. I shouldn't say hopefully. I will be a non-food hoarder one day. Baby steps at a time. Be gentle with myself. Be kind with myself. It's okay. Anyways, guys, I said this was going to be a very short video. I said I would make a video as to why I believe, the reasons why I believe I hoard food. This is my personal experience, and as an adult, I do realize that it does have a lot to do with my, childhood upbringing. With that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you with some peace, love, and light from my heart to yours. See you next video.